Welcome in anyone who's coming in. Waiting for my son's car here at the alignment shop. I'm just sitting outside, so hopefully it's not too noisy out here. I haven't done a live stream in a long time. It's been a busy week. See if anybody is around this afternoon or this evening, depending on where you're coming from. Sitting here along a pretty busy road, so that's the background music, not background music, background noise you're hearing. Just waiting for an alignment. So welcome in to anyone who's coming in. This is a spontaneous live from me for sure. I'm wearing the headset just because it's so loud out here. Wanted to cancel out some of that noise. So welcome in to anybody who's just coming in to the stream. Glad that you could join me today while I wait and hang out for an alignment on the car. Thank you for the thumbs up for whoever smashed that thumbs up. Welcome in everyone. It's not too bad of a day here in the Seattle area, not too cold. Just waiting for an alignment on my car. Welcome in, Andrew O'Neill. Great to have you in this morning. This might be the first time I've had you in one of my live streams. And I am hanging out at the alignment shop, waiting on my car. So if I need to get up and talk to them, don't mind. Hey, Scramping. Great to have you in today. I did misplace my glasses here when I got to the shop, so bear with me if it's hard for me to read your chats. Andrew says, I have popped in and hit the thumbs up, but never been in chat. Oh, so you've never made yourself known in the chat. Well, today's the day. Friday's no better day to do that. Where are you coming from, Andrew? And hopefully it's not too cold where you're at. Arizona, okay, well, it's definitely not cold there. Hey, Andrew. We've got two Andrews in here. Andrew Troyer and then Scrapping Hoarding. Great having you in too. I'm sitting in the parking lot of a post office. Are you sitting there? Let's see. I lurk a lot through going through coins. Excuse me. Man, excuse me, guys. Frog in my throat. So you're waiting in a parking lot of a post office. Well, that's is that because it's just taking so long at the post office, or? I've had some long waits at the post office. I haven't been inside of a post office for probably 2 years. There's just no reason to go anymore. Yeah, go ahead and greet each other up, guys. It's a great day to do that. We're here to get connected. We're here to learn. So like I mentioned, it's my son's car that's in the shop here to get an alignment. He recently got this car, and it needs a good amount of repairs, but the alignment is the main thing. He and I worked on the car yesterday. We replaced the tie rods, and we replaced one of the wheel hubs because the bearings in them were so bad. We had to get that replaced because it was throwing off the ABS sensor and the traction control. So that was good that we got that all fixed up. Now we just need to get the car aligned, and it looks like they took the car in because I don't see it anymore. I think they had tried to call me. Bear with me a second here, guys. Now came here to check my post office box and then got sucked into live streams because I got somewhere to be at 6. So yeah, so you had some time to kill. I hear you on that. Well, I have some time to kill here, though maybe this won't take them quite as long. I like that background better, but I don't. I have my short tripod, so my shorter tripod doesn't go up this high. I'm holding it with my hand. I need to see if... I think they tried to contact me. Welcome in, those of you who are just coming in, waiting for an alignment. The thing about doing live streams on your phone is if you've got a phone call, you got to get out of the stream to get it. Hey, Dis Our Dream, welcome in. I'm just hanging out at the alignment shop. My son's car's in for an alignment, so had some time to kill, so thought I would go live. I haven't been live since the beginning of the week, and I've been in a couple of your live streams, Diz. You've had some great streams, so check out Diz Our Dream. They focus on everything Disney. Yeah, I've missed hanging out too. I've had a lot of things fall on my plate this week, so my mornings just weren't as free as I would have liked them to be. So whenever I can, I'll get on a stream and check in with everyone. So, and yesterday I was spending, life happens. Yesterday I was spending all day, or a lot of the day, my son and I were working on his car because he recently bought a muscle car and it needs a good amount of repairs. So we were working on the front end of it yesterday. Just a second, guys. I need to check something on my phone. So I hope this doesn't kill the stream. Actually, I could walk in and check. That might be better. See some weird guy with a headset walk into the store to ask him something. Let's do that. I don't want to do this inside because it's really annoying to people. It's very quiet in there. Looks like they took my car in. Let's see here. Let's see if we can see it in there. Just a sec. I'm going to ask the attendant something. So, just a minute, guys. Ask the attendant something.
Hopefully it's nothing crazy like that. Yeah, have a good day.
Alrighty, you too.
Good. So you already started on the Dodge Charger with the alignment? I saw you pulled it in.
The mechanic did, yeah.
Okay, so he got here back from lunch early?
I'm not sure, honestly. I'm guessing
Okay.
so.
All right. Okay, I just wondered if there's anything you needed to know from me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he'll call you or grab you if he needs to.
Okay, great, thanks.
Okay.
All right, I'm back. I might actually hang out here, guys, while I wait for my car to get done. Oh, in fact, it's up on the lift over there. I will show you. Hey, welcome in, Clayton. Great to have you in. I am hanging out at the shop. Got to hop off. We have people coming. Okay, well, thanks for coming on. This Our Dream. I'll show you guys my son's car in there. It's the one in the lift in there. Looks like they've already started the alignment, so this may get done pretty quickly. Just hanging out here in the parking lot, and fortunately, maybe there's a place to sit over here. That way I can keep an eye on the car. There really is. Oh, there's a place for me to lean. Welcome in those of you who are just coming into the stream, hanging out here at the alignment shop. Oh, I got a place here to lean, right by a towing sign. Currently waiting for my son's car to get in alignment. I'm going to need to hold this, guys, so it might be a little shaky. Hopefully that's okay. And haven't done a stream since Monday. It's been a busy week. Had a lot of things going on in the morning. Roaming with Rover, welcome in. Great to have you in this afternoon, or maybe it's evening where you're at. Hanging out, waiting for my son's car to get in alignment. Yesterday, he and I worked on the car for several hours because it's needs an alignment, and oh, you're still at work. And it's needed this alignment for a long time, but we needed to replace the tie rods in the front in order for the alignment to be possible. And if you're not familiar with cars, the tie rods are the parts that connect the steering rack to the wheel, so it's the main component of being able to steer your car. And one of the nuts on the tie rods, the inner tie rod, was seized, so they couldn't move it. And I wish I had the part, but I actually had to cut the part off in order to get the boot and the other parts of it off to use on the new tie rod, but was able to get the new tie rods on. We also had to replace a wheel bearing, and because the wheel bearing was throwing off the ABS sensor and the traction control because it was so bad. Art Abandonment, welcome in. Having a good day so far. It's been a really full week. That's why I haven't done this is only my second live since Monday. And as you know, last weekend I was traveling. I was in Florida, did a couple live streams from there. Actually did a live stream from the plane, which was really cool. Though it might have been more cool for me than it was for any of you, because the Wi-Fi was pretty minimal. As you know, they use satellite networks, and it would buffer and pretty choppy, but it was still a fun thing to do. So what do you all have going on today and this weekend? Any big plans for any of you this weekend? My son has a basketball game in a couple hours that we're going to be going to. I actually came by the alignment shop here early because I thought maybe they could get me in, which they did. That way it'd give me some time to run some errands before we have to get to the game. In fact, the shop looks, they don't look busy at all. Last week they were crazy busy because I think a lot of people were swapping out their tires, putting on their winter snow tires for the winter season. It's what's so funny is A few minutes ago, I was complaining that I lost my glasses, and here they are. They're hanging on my shirt. Can't. It's so weird. Sometimes I misplace things, and I must be getting old. No, just forgetting where I put everything. So my son, yeah. So my son got this Dodge Charger, and it's a very cool car, but it just needs a lot of work. Needs a lot of TLC. The engine and the transmission are in great shape. It's just there's some suspension parts that are worn out that need to be replaced, and then this alignment issue. Hopefully this is going to align okay, because one of the back wheels was really badly out of line. So I hope they can get this as it's hooked up to their machine here. It's much quieter back here than when I was up on the road, so this is nice. Andrew O'Neill, just plan on streaming, doing my Morgan raffle, scooping coins, maybe make up some pay dirt to sell. Oh, cool. Looking at some coins. You know, I had a coin collection when I was a kid. Never had a very large one, but I did collect a few coins here and there. I think I even had a coin, some sort of a coin booklet. I don't really know whatever happened to it. Over the years, I collected. And then there was a point where I enjoyed collecting the different states on the quarters. Enjoyed being able to get as many of those as I could, but that never really panned out, unfortunately. And then used to collect baseball cards and pass those off to my son a few years ago, so now he has them and he gets them out every now and then. Yeah, I love the state quarters too. Do you have a favorite one, a favorite state quarter? And I have a $2 bill that I have in my pocket. Let me see if I can get it out. This is where I guess I could put this on a tripod. I just don't know how much longer this is going to take them. I hunt a lot of quarters. Oh yeah? No, I like them all. I think there's definitely some that are more cool looking than others. This is hard to do, guys, with not having this on a tripod. In fact, you know, guys, I might try to put this on my tripod so you don't have to endure this shaking if I did bring it with me in my bag of goodies here, because whenever I go out anymore, I do have my tripod, and this is a nice foldable one, so I can quickly pack it up. I hunt for airs and varieties. Huh. That's good to know. Sorry guys for the shakiness of this. I'm gonna set you guys down here for a minute while I get this one ready. This will be interesting. People are like, what is that guy doing? As I set up my other tripod here, I've been playing with 1,800 Morgan dollars. Oh, cool. How many coins do you think you actually have? Alright, the shakiness will be over soon, guys, because I'm getting this mounted here on my other tripod. Okay. Now I just got to get it lined up. Okay, put the other one away. Okay. Wow, my video was way behind. Your video was way behind, huh? Let me get that down a little more. Okay. Alright, now I can... Hands free. You don't have to hold that thing anymore. And you guys probably feel like you're getting a concussion with all the shakiness earlier. And I've got a view of the car here. I was 130 back. Oh, yeah, that's an interesting thing. Is you can, if you go out of the stream and then you come back in, sometimes it doesn't pick up where it's live. You have to make sure to tap that the live thing at the lower left-hand part of the screen, or you realize that you're watching the archive. I don't know why it does that. Okay, there we go. So, it's just, so anyway, I was going to show you my $2 bill. Make sure and all go and like this stream. Thank you, Roaming with Rover. Okay, so I have a $2 bill. Isn't that cool? Is that showing backwards? It might be because I'm using the front-facing camera. So I always love it when I get these, because you got I just love that picture in the back. It's just, so I'm definitely going to try not to spend this if I don't have to. Just love $2 bills. So here's just a quiz. Whose face is on a $2 bill? I just showed this to you so you can easily go back in the archive and see who it is, but whose face is on the $2 bill? Looks correct. Oh, okay. It's good that it's coming, because when I look at it here, everything's backwards. So, well, I also have a $100 bill in here too, but I'm not going to show you that. I keep all of mine at 1976 $2 bills. Oh, that's very cool. Yeah, I heard a friend of mine a while back said that he likes to keep $2 bills to give to people just because they're so unique. It's one way that people can remember him is when he hands them the $2 bill, whether it's for a tip or whatever reason he has to give them $2. He'll give it to him and with that $2 bill, which is kind of a great calling card. I used to have 50-cent coins, a lot of them when I was a kid, so I was semi-collecting those. I don't think I have any anymore. You don't see very many of those around. You used to see a lot of them, though I guess we used to deal a lot more in cash than we did with debit cards now, credit cards. I still am about 30 to 50 seconds behind. That's weird, Andrew. I don't know why that's the case. I'm watching these guys try to align this back wheel. Let's see if they're able to do it, or if they tell me something's going to has to be replaced. I buy stamps of $2 bills from one of my banks. Oh yeah, I think my friend did that. He would go to banks and specifically ask for bulk $2 bills so that he could carry them around to give people. That's a good idea. Though I'm not anywhere near a cashless bank. My bank's far away. I get boxes of $50 for coin roll hunts. Oh, where do you get those from? I guess, as I was mentioning the bank, that's what I do a lot of on my stream. Yeah, I've seen a little bit of your stuff on there. I'll have to check that out more. Like I was mentioning, the main bank locations where I bank here locally are about a half an hour away. There's a lot of branches nearby, but they're all cashless, or I can only use the ATMs. And as you know, you can't dispense $2 bills out of an ATM. I wish you could. That would be great. I guess you could always ask for them at a store, but even a lot of stores don't have a lot of $2 bills in hands. Oh, your banks. I've got a rare fall Seattle sun in my eyes, just peeking over the building there. The sun sets mighty early these days here in Seattle, and next month it'll be dark probably by 4 o'clock. It's very dark by 5 o'clock now. It's currently 2 something in the afternoon, and the sun's already really low in the sky, approaching the horizon. It still looks like they're working on that back right wheel, which doesn't surprise me considering how way out of whack it was. I always ask, it registers too for halves, and yeah, that's a good idea. That's something that anybody can do, Andrew. I should do that. Next time I'm at, checking out, I will for sure ask for a $2 bill per your suggestion. So thank you for that. I think so many times I just don't ever think to do it. And maybe even ask to see if they have a 50-cent piece too. That would be, if I could get both, like if I needed $2.50 back, just ask for that specifically. That would be, that's a good idea. Gotta go, customers coming. Well, great. Thanks for coming in, Roaming with Rover. Appreciate you being in the stream. You have a good evening and a good weekend. Be sure to come in the next time I go live if you're available. That would be very cool. So, we had some guys over here walking. Thought they were going to come over here and ask me something, but they're not. So, welcome in anybody new who's coming in. Don't forget the thumbs up. Hanging out with me here at the alignment shop, waiting for the car to get aligned because it was way out of alignment. Plus, I replaced the tie rods on it yesterday and the wheel bearing, so it definitely needs one. And looking forward to driving this thing when everything's lining up. If you've ever tried to drive a car unaligned, it's a pain. Since being unable to work, I got back into coin collecting. Okay, so you haven't been able to work. Is that because of an injury or other situation that you haven't been able to work? You know that a lot of the hobbies I've had over the years have come out from situations where I met somebody who had that hobby, or I just had some time on my hands, so I wanted to learn something new. But coin collecting is interesting. Maybe I should look into that again. I know my My grandfather had a good coin collection at one point, but I think my uncle inherited that. I've had back issues on top of a blood disorder that causes stroke. Ooh, sorry to hear that, Andrew. Yeah, that can definitely be hard situation. Yeah, I'm glad that you are able to do some things like coin collecting. Hey Vern, welcome in to my afternoon stream. I've seen your stream archives. Obviously there's a lot of things to talk about when it comes to YouTube this week. I don't mean to open that big can of worms. Is just but I haven't had a live stream since Monday. Had some really busy mornings this week, and just a lot of other things I've had to get done. Sorry for the noise. I'm at the alignment shop here. My last videos are raffles for Morgan silver dollars, some in the 1800s. Andrew says, and so I've had some other priorities that have come up where I haven't been able to jump on a stream, though I think I did 3 live streams from Florida, and then the one I did from the plane, so I had a lot of live stream time last week, but this week it's been pretty minimal, though I have put up a video every day. I just came in from the car dealer also with my vehicle. Oh, really? Must be the day to deal with our cars. So this is a car that we recently acquired, and it's getting an alignment today. I spent several hours yesterday working on it, replacing some parts that needed to be replaced. In fact, I was replacing some parts that had to be replaced so that I could get the alignment. So I didn't want to pay a mechanic several $100s for a job that I could do myself for, how much did it cost me? I think it was no more than $100 for all the parts, and I actually did 2 different things to it, not just one. And once I get the car in the air and start working on it, then I try to do as much to it as I can, though my time is still limited, though. But I enjoy working on cars. Unfortunately, I didn't film anything yesterday. Sometimes when I work on the cars, it's hard for me to think about how to film. It's tricky. I need to Google how to clean my air filter. I understand I spent $200. I cut part of a Florida one and part of the plain one. Well, yeah, thanks for catching that. Yeah, Vern, if you're talking about the air filter, most cars are very easy to access. It's usually very prominent in the engine bay. A lot of times it's just unsnapping a couple of hook snaps on there and pulling out the filter. Though some cars you may have to remove a couple of other parts to get to it. So it depends on your vehicle. The actual job of replacing the air filter is very simple. And in fact, a lot of things on cars are very simple to do. It's just we lack the tools. And the other challenge is the access. Even though a job is very simple to do on your car, getting access to it can be a real pain. You have to move other things out of the way, or you have to have specialized tools to get to it. And I've done all that. Sometimes I sit there and I just kind of weigh the decision. Do I really want to spend 3 days trying to make this repair when most of it is taking apart the engine and putting it back together? I know paying a mechanic would be significantly more, but what's my time worth? But when it comes to maintenance, a lot of the maintenance and suspension is very easy to work with. So I enjoy working on the suspension in our cars. I've replaced struts. I've replaced control arms, tie rods. In fact, I have several videos on my channel of those things. Oil changes are very easy as long as you know what you're doing. Though the problem with newer cars today, and I should say this, I have older cars. Newer cars, they've made maintenance hard for the DIY person because you have to, they're not giving you access to the oil dipstick anymore. I know in the this car that we picked up recently, it is a little bit newer. I noticed the transmission fluid has no dipstick because they don't want you to mess with it. But there are ways around it to be able to check the fluid or add or remove the fluid. You just have to, it's just a new generation of DIY thinking. But the other challenge is there are so many computerized parts in car engines now that even if you kind of know what you're doing, you could end up severing a connection. So you just kind of have to weigh what you are able to do, what's cost effective. But that, I hope everything got worked out. And I know on a lot of the new cars they have maintenance plans built in where they take care of everything. And if you have that, there's really no reason to sit there and try to work on your own car when it's already included in the cost for the first couple of years. Welcome in anybody who's coming in new. Hit that thumbs up button for me. Hanging out here with me at the alignment shop. Okay, take care, Andrew O'Neill. Appreciate you coming in. Have a good one. And I'm standing over here on the side of the parking lot with my tripod for all to look at here, so it's interesting. I can see the whole parking lot, but I can also see the car getting work done. In fact, I'll give you guys a little view of what I see here. So that's my car there in the left bay with brake lights on. So it's that back right tire that they're trying to get aligned. It was pretty bad, really badly out of line. So this is where I'm hanging out today, or this afternoon. Sorry, I missed that last comment there. Let me see what's going on with that. Oh, do live chat. Hello, they may thank you, you restrained. Yeah, yeah, I think it's intriguing to a lot of people when they see us out in public, you know, with the headset on, talking at our phones. I have the headset on because it's a noisy area, and I didn't want to be annoying all of you with too much noise. This is kind of my best headset when it comes to blocking out a lot of the outside noise. Yeah, I'm definitely not to the point where I could go out and walk in a crowd and vlog. I know some people are completely comfortable doing that. I'm definitely not. I would be very self-conscious. Our Dream, if you're still in here, actually they said they had to go. They do Disney features, and so a lot of times they are in crowded situations in Disney. Though in Disney, a lot of people are out vlogging and with their cameras out, so you're not really standing out all that much, as opposed to if you're just in like a city, downtown area where you're walking around with your big camera and everything. I went to a YouTube meetup last year. That's how I got involved with getting on YouTube to create content, and I met a guy there who is also here in the Seattle area, and he does a lot of vlogging style and has a great channel. And if I think of his channel name, I'll tell you, but at the moment I can't. Lou Reaction, great to have you in again. Glad that you could come in today, or whatever time it is where you're at. Just hanging out here at the alignment, wheel alignment shop, waiting for my car, and hoping that they can get this thing aligned properly. Had a back wheel that was really bad. And then I did some work on the car yesterday that requires an alignment after I do the work. So I was working on it till somewhat late last night, trying to get the job done, because that hinged on being able to get this alignment. So they were able to get me in. It's not very crowded at the shop today, so I'm glad for that. What's going on over in your area, Lou? What do you have going on this weekend? We have a few weekend plans, nothing major. Gonna go see my son play basketball here in a little while. His season just started this week, so. Okay, see you later. Nice talking to you. Great, thanks for coming in, Vern. Glad you could stop by. And good luck with your next stream. I imagine you'll be going live here in a little while. Be sure to check out Vern's streams if you can. Yeah, good to see you too, Lou. What have you been up to, Lou Reaction? And as you all know, massive changes to did my first stream. Oh, you did your first stream. How did I miss that? When did you do that? I've actually been pretty busy with a lot of other things this week, so I haven't been. Oh, last night. Nice. Well, that's when I was working on my. Well, was that last night your time, or if it was last night your time, it could have been yesterday. Well, I was working on my car for most of the day yesterday, so that's probably why I didn't see it. I was away from my phone for several hours yesterday. Sorry, they've got the impact wrench going over here. This time yesterday. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was deep into working on my car yesterday at this time. Had a lot of front end work to do on it. So generally when I'm working on my car, I kind of block everything else out because it takes a lot of my attention. So yeah, so this week on YouTube, tons of changes, as you all may know. It is, yeah, it's just more that we need to be aware of, and more for channels that have the, that have focus on kids or family, they have a lot of hard choices to make. It sounds like a lot of their benefits are going to be taken away. Yeah, it's interesting how when you do a stream or you upload a video now, it asks you whether there's content in there for kids. And I imagine there's some creators who are right on that line, not knowing exactly whether their channel is related to having kids content or not. It'll be interesting to see what changes YouTube rolls out even over the next few months. I mean, a year ago, right now, who would have ever envisioned this with these policies? And we have 2020 here just around the corner. Yeah, the fines are ridiculous, Lou Reaction. It's, It's just too bad that they have to put that sort of pressure on creators. You know, it's almost like everybody needs their own personal attorney just to even know what their content is geared towards. I'm wondering, one thing I'm wondering is if these kids and families channels, if we're going to see a lot of them shut down and have them start new channels that have different type of content, so that they don't have to worry about that anymore. But it's definitely going to make YouTube very interesting in 2020 for sure. And I mean, it's still a great platform regardless. Whatever we think. Apparently, as I live outside the U.S., we won't get fined, but have our channels deleted. Wow. You would hope that they'd give you a little bit of warning. And I took a YouTube survey this morning that takes about 10 or 15 minutes, where they get a lot of our feedback on, and I imagine that's why they rolled the survey out, is because of putting up this new policy this past week. I'm sure there was a lot of kickback. And so if you haven't taken that survey, go ahead and take that so that YouTube can know where we stand with all this. But yeah, even internationally, channels are going to be impacted, and you would hope that YouTube would work with you to, not just one day your channel's there, the next day it's deleted. That would not be fair, because you think of all the creators that may not stay up on policy changes, like how many of them actually read all of these policies, and if they're not subscribed to channels that are talking about it, they could be in the dark and could, out of ignorance, make a mistake that could really cost them. But more than anything, I think it helps us all to realize that we need to really think twice about what we're putting on YouTube, what we're saying on YouTube, since it is a public platform. I remember when social media was first rolling out in the early 2000s, it was the Wild West for sure, especially Twitter. People were just saying whatever on there before it became more regulated. I joined Twitter in 2007, I think. My original Twitter handle, Hudsonite, but I also have Handy Hudsonite on Twitter too, if you want to follow me on Twitter. But it just kind of, like with anything in life, as more and more people get on it, and a few people spoil it for everyone else, regulations have to come. It's just like airport security. I remember when you could go in and walk right up to a gate to greet somebody. Those days are far gone, and we need to live with the new normal of going through security and dealing with longer wait times. Welcome in to anybody who's just coming in as I hang out and wait. Yeah, Lou reaction. Nothing is simple anymore. It is not. But we can still enjoy creating great content despite regulations. And I think YouTube also knows that this is going to take a long time for them to figure out. It's not like they've got it all figured out either with regulations, and they've admitted that. It's going to take time for them to probably get the algorithm right for what's a certain type of content and what's other types of content. It's constantly evolving, constantly changing as different types of channels go up. By the way, have you heard about that lady is she in Mexico? I'll have to go. I'll see you soon. Okay, Lou Reaction. A lady in Mexico who hasn't been on YouTube that long, I think just since August, and she's got over 1 million subscribers. Amazing. Good talking to you too, Lou Reaction. I really appreciate you coming in this afternoon. I really appreciate that. Have a great weekend. Yeah, this lady, I think she's from Mexico or somewhere in that area. And she just started in August, and she's already got over 1 million subscribers. She was unboxing her 100,000 subscriber button and her 1 million subscriber button in a recent video. So just, yeah, so many changes that have happened on YouTube in 2019 for sure. I mean, probably more so than others. Kicking it with Karen. Great to see you here. Looks like you've had you had a live stream this morning, I saw. And congratulations on getting monetized. Just a great milestone to pass, which I'm hoping to get to soon. I guess my goal is to get monetized. I'd like to get monetized by the end of the year, but I'm not sure if I'm on pace to do that or not. I'm close to 80%. We'll see. Just depends how much time I have to live stream, and though, yeah. So I'm around. Let's see. Last time I checked, it was like 3,130 hours. So inching up to about 80% is where I'm at right now, and I had to back out of team building with Geo's playlist buddies. It's just too big of a time commitment for me, unfortunately. I've just got a lot more things that I'm juggling these days, so I messaged her and just really thanked her for all she's done and how that really helped me out for the short amount of time I was on it. But I have a few of my videos that have really caught the algorithm, that are generating a lot of watch time for me. Luke, hey, welcome in. I'm at the alignment shop getting the car aligned, so great to see you in here too. So like I was saying, a few of my videos have caught the algorithm that have really been doing well. I'd say I have about 8 to 10 videos that are performing really well for me, that are bringing in a good amount of watch time, and I really like to have more and more of my videos get caught up in the algorithm and generate watch time that way, so that I get them working for me, and cuts down on the amount of the amount of live streaming I would have to do to get those hours. So a bulk of my watch time recently has been coming from those videos. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, though it looks like you're narrowing in on your niche, which is really good. Just from one of your recent posts, it looks like you're really trying to focus your channel in well, which will really help. Have you done some keyword research on the topics, the vegan, I'm trying to think of what you were calling, so kind of the gut flora. Yeah, focus. I would do some keyword research on that, and fermentation, right? If you use TubeBuddy, you can really find out what people are searching up when it comes to those topics, because keep in mind that people will find your videos through just regular Google search too, not just through YouTube. So really build in those good keywords in your tag section. So if you're familiar with TubeBuddy, they have a keyword search tool in there. If you're not familiar with TubeBuddy, then just use the YouTube search. I have a video on my channel where I talk about how to use the YouTube search. There's a lot of good advanced search functions in it, but in a simple sort of way, you can actually just start typing in a topic on YouTube, and the suggested titles that come up are the titles that are most sought out on YouTube. And so what I would do is just research the titles for your next videos and see what's being most sought out, and then use those words. And another strategy, though you need to have either TubeBuddy or vidIQ to do this, is you can go into those videos that are performing well with the topics that you want to do content on, and you can actually copy their tags and use them for your video. Either copy some of them or all of them and then add to them. Then you get that traffic potentially that went to that video as well. But I mean, one secret that was shared with me that I try to do with a lot of my videos is you seek out videos in your niche that have a lot of views on it, but are done by people who don't have that many subscribers. So like under 1,000 subscribers. Find those videos that have performed well and see what their titles of the video is, see what their tags are, and use some of that in your video. Then when the algorithm catches onto your video, then you'll get some of that traffic as well. And a friend of mine who has a huge channel, who's just blown up his channel so well, what he does is he finds videos on topics that he likes to do. He finds videos that are not done well but have a lot of views, and then he will build in the great SEO, the great keywords, and then he does a phenomenal job with his videos and the professionalism that he brings to it, and then it just blows those other videos out of the water, and then YouTube will favor his videos more. And his channel is called Frugal Repair. Sometimes he jumps onto my live streams here. He has about 50,000 subscribers. Sorry about that, everyone. I don't know if you heard my conversation. Yeah, I had a phone call. Now I have... That's weird. I got feedback in my headphones. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Am I sounding okay? It's weird. I can actually hear myself in my headphones now. I had a phone call that I needed to take. Just looking over here at the car. We're getting aligned. Wondering if they're finishing up or what they're doing. It's kind of hard for me to tell. Anyway, hopefully I sound okay. It's weird. I answered a call on my phone, and so that's why the stream cut out. And now I'm hearing myself in my headphones, which I normally don't hear myself. So if there's an echo, let me know. So anyway, those are just some tips for performing with the algorithm on YouTube. Now, I mean, we can do all that we can with building in good keywords and tags, but at the end of the day, it's really up to what people are searching out. And then, of course, you want to have a good, attractive thumbnail too that will communicate the content of your video and get people's attention. And sometimes thumbnails don't have to be that complicated. They can be very simple Could just be a picture, or it could be a graphic. I notice some big creators are using a lot of reds and greens with their thumbnails to try to get people's attention, having like a bright red background with white text. I know Brian G. Johnson, he's a big channel, and he uses kind of a mixture of pretty more complicated graphics, but also a lot of simple thumbnails, and I think he's just trying to test to see which performs better. But you'll see on my channel I have a mix of thumbnails that are more involved, and some that have just pictures. Again, you can always go back and change a thumbnail after a few months, or even redo your title. I've done that with some of my videos just to see if it would help the video perform better. But I wouldn't recommend changing the title or thumbnail on your video, especially the title, less than a month from putting it up. I had a video recently that didn't do well at all for the first 2 months, and then it just started to take off. Either it hit a time when people started searching out that particular subject, or a bigger channel found it, and because they did, it got recommended out to others in their audience. I'm not sure what happened, and that's happened to a couple of my videos where they were pretty flat for at least a month, and then they started really to grow after that. Well, it looks like they're lowering my car, so I'm wondering if they're getting near being done with the alignment. We shall see. Just see if they were able to get this worked out. There was something with one of the wheels that I wasn't sure if they were going to be able to align it properly, which is what we ran into with about a week ago. They said, "Hey Sam, thanks for coming in, thanks for the thumbs up, waiting for my car to get aligned." Show you here. It's this one right here, this Dodge Charger that's coming out. Let's see if they got this worked out. Well, they're pulling it over, so I assume they're done with it. Yeah, great having you in here too, Karen. Sorry for the shakiness. I'm folding up my tripod. Sorry, that's really shaky. Sam, you are, I guess it's already evening there in New York. Make sure I didn't leave anything back there because I'm just hanging out in the parking lot. I was waiting for them to get done with the alignment. As you can see, we've got the Seattle, well, we got some blue sky there. But generally this is, actually these clouds aren't that thick. This is mostly of what we see year-round here in Seattle, are just clouds. Oh, you're about to upload. Yeah, you said that you were going to put one up this week. So everyone check out Big Mac Sam's new video that he puts up tonight. And we'll look forward to seeing that. And I know this always happens when I'm about ready to close out my stream. I get more people coming in. Yeah, it's freaky. So everyone, I really appreciate you being in here. I would love to continue this, but they're done with my car, and I've got some errands to run. Oh, your video's freaky. Well, I'll look forward to getting freaked out then. Yeah, so hate to run, but they're done with my car. I'm standing out here in the middle of this parking lot looking like a goon. And thanks for coming in. I'll go live again. Maybe I'll go live again tomorrow if I have some time. But I appreciate you all hanging out with me this afternoon. Be sure to hit that thumbs up on the way out if you can. Yep. I better go and pay for this now. And I'll catch you all later. Have a good one.